Alright, in this video I'm going to be replacing the water pump in my 1978 Corvette, and I'm going to start by removing the fan clutch, which is held on with these 4 nuts, and a lock washer, which is attached to the studs coming out of the water pump. And so while I have the fan clutch off, I'm probably going to go ahead and replace it with a new one also. So I'm going to try to make this a quick video, but hopefully by the end I'll have a new water pump and a new fan clutch. And I'm a little pressed for time, so this is hopefully a quick video, quick disclaimer. This is not a how-to, this is me doing my project as I see fit. Let's get to it. Alright, so I'm using a 1/2-inch wrench, and I'm removing these nuts here. Alright, so with the 4 nuts and washers removed, I can take this off. I'm going to be very careful. Take this out here. Alright. Doing this one-handed. Alright, so there's what I've got. Alright, so next I am loosening up my alternator so that I can slide it forward a little bit. And I'm sorry for the shaky camera. Get the belt off here. Alright, with that removed, I'm now able to take off the pulley. Okay, so next I'm going to be removing those 2 hose clamps and taking off the hoses, and I'm going to put a pan down below to catch all the antifreeze, old antifreeze. So I'm not going to record that, but it's easy enough to get the idea of what I'm doing. Okay, so now that I've got the clamp removed and I've started to mess with it, I see that the hose is actually not in good a shape as I thought. I see cracks in it, so I'm actually just going to cut it right here, and I'm just going to replace the hose. I'm just going to put a new hose on while I'm doing all this, just because it's actually in worse shape than I thought. Okay, and so this is why I put the pan down below, is because here comes old antifreeze. But I said I wasn't going to film this, but I guess I ended up doing that anyway, because I didn't think I needed to cut it, but yeah, I just cut it. Okay, so next I'm going to be removing the 4 bolts that are holding on the water pump. There's 2 on the driver's side, 2 on the passenger side, and one of them goes through the alternator bracket, and the other one goes through the compressor bracket. But I'm going to be removing these, and I'm going to be labeling these when I take them off, because there are different lengths here, so I'm not just going to throw them in a pile and willy-nilly. I'm going to keep track of where each one came from, because we are dealing with longer and shorter bolts here. So. Alright, I'm not going to record me taking off these 4 bolts, but I'll get these 4 bolts out and then we'll check back. Oh yeah, I did want to mention, and I knew this and I forgot about it, but that bottom bolt on the driver's side, it actually goes through where your coolant fluid is. So when that bolt was broke free, old antifreeze came rushing out. So there we go. And also, in case I forget to mention later, when I install the new water pump, I'm going to be torquing those bolts down to 30 pounds. All right. with all the bolts out. It can break free now, and it's a little bound by the compressor bracket. So I'm going to. Oh, hey, I got it. I thought I was going to set the camera down. Doing most of this one-handed, but I got this off, and zoom out. Oh gosh. Okay. So yeah, there it is, and I do have the pan underneath there to catch all this. So yeah, so there's the removal, and we'll take a closer look at it on the bench here. Okay, so here it is on the bench, and I bet you all thought I meant workbench. There's some markings on it. And over there. If anybody was curious, I know they sell rebuild kits, and I just didn't feel like going in that direction. So also real quick, I wanted to show, you can see there's remnants of the old gasket. So I'm going to be scraping all that off with the razor blade and getting that cleaned up to accept the new gasket. Alright, so there I've started to clean it up. I've scraped it all off with the razor. I'm going to hit it with some rubbing alcohol and just kind of get it cleaned up. And then I'll probably stick a shop towel or something in here just so nothing gets down in there while I wait for my new water pump to come in. Well, as you can see, I got everything removed. Tomorrow I'm supposed to receive in the new water pump, fan clutch, and all the hardware that I need. So for today, I'm just chilling, waiting for all that to come in. Okay, so I got the new fan clutch in, and the instructions say, you know, make sure the blades, when you take these off, to put them on the exact same way. And it says to make sure you use the new bolts, don't reuse old ones. And it says to torque down between 15 and 20 pounds. And so that's what I am going to do. I'm going to get these the fan blades off here and put it on the new clutch. Okay, so I wanted to make an honorable mention because I don't know if I was just having a splatter-ass moment or what, but two of these bolts I couldn't get off. And I don't know if somebody used a gallon of Loctite or what happened, or but I had to get my, what was that, the 3-foot cheater bar? I had to get it out and stick it under my arm and twist the fan to get those broke free. And I'll show what I did just for entertainment value only. Hey, here's some bacon that I'm cooking on the grill. Let's check in on it. Okay, it's cooking up nice. I do not recommend doing this by any means. It's very dangerous and probably a dumb idea. This is just for entertainment value only. Okay, so just to show real quick, what I had to do to get a couple of these broke loose was the other end, the non-business end of the cheater bar is under my armpit, and the business end on the fan, and I had to turn the fan to bust these loose with my 3-foot cheater bar. Okay, so a little bit of a setback. The fan blades do not fit on the fan clutch. And I did take great care to make sure the one that I ordered, the fan clutch that I ordered, was supposedly to fit, but it doesn't. And I don't know, maybe a couple owners ago somebody put something different in the car. I don't know. Here's what I ordered, and so that's disappointing that it does not fit. So I'm going to put the original one back on and swap this out later because I have to keep moving with this project for now. Okay, so I'm starting to prep the water pump to go on the car, and I just wanted to show real quick some of the things. This is the heater hose connector. Now I'm going to put the Teflon tape on this and the pipe plug at the top of it. And also I wanted to point out that the studs that go on top, I am using Loctite on these, and I want to share with where I found some of this stuff because those studs are expensive and hard to find. However, this name brand right here, and I know it's sold at AutoZone and maybe a few other places, I don't know. I'm not being sponsored by them, but I'm just letting you know. They are fantastic about having all these little quirky things available. So I just bought this whole package for like 14 bucks. This was $10. And these things are usually in stock. And anyway, and then this is the gaskets that I'm using. And I'm going to put just a little bit of gasket sealer on the side that hits the water pump, just so it'll stick to the water pump. But that's what I'm using there. And then this Loctite, that is, I'm going to put a little bit on these threads on this side, on the water pump side, right here, like this side that goes right in there. We'll put a little Loctite there. And so I'm going to get this prepped out, and then we'll check right back. Okay, so this is the old water pump that went out. And then here's the new one. I'm trying to apply the same amount of force. Oh, and just a quick side note I wanted to point out. I already had these gaskets, and then my water pump ended up coming with some gaskets, but I'm going to use these. So I just realized I didn't address that, but I didn't show what they were, so there it is. All right. Okay, so I got the new water pump back on the car. It was actually fairly easy to do. I do want to point out that these 4 bolts that hold it on, I did not just tighten one real tight and then the next one right next to it real tight. I got them all finger tight, and then I got them a little tighter using a star pattern. So the one down there, then up here, then there, then down there. And then finally torqued them at 30 pounds, I believe is what I did, yeah. And so that star pattern is important. Don't make one really tight and then the next one really tight. Okay, so I've got the hoses hooked back up, the belt's back on, everything's connected, and I'm getting ready to top it off with new engine coolant. I'm not using the old. I got all new engine coolant that I'm going to be filling back up. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you hanging with me. Have a great day. The only thing that makes wrenching on a car on this beautiful Saturday afternoon more gooder is cooking on the grill at the same time. That cedar plank is really mad at me. That's what I'm trying to say. You can hear it popping. Yeah, it's popping mad at me. Just FYI, I got my little helpers with me today. This is one of them. I got 3 helpers. This one here is involved with a lot of my projects and helping, so we appreciate Chip's help and everybody else. Oh, there goes the other one. All right. This is another one of my helpers. Yes, you've helped me for a long time with a lot of my projects, haven't you, Guy? All right.